Okay, so we did start back in 1893, and we're a Quaker boarding home, and soon found that we needed to share with people who weren't Quakers because the world is broader than that. And we then reached out and became a Kendall affiliate in 1994. Now, Kendall Corporation now embraces 13 different affiliates in 8 states, soon to be 9 states, because now we are spreading out to California. And so we are very pleased to be a Kendall affiliate. The corporation has given us so much support through the years, and they are actually so instrumental in helping us build this whole project in Preston and giving us their guidance and leadership. In our new building, we will have residential living, personal care, memory care, and now we already have skilled nursing and short-term rehab. So we will be offer a full continuum of care. So we are excited to be able to help people through all stages of their lives in their retirement. So this is our breakdown that we have of the new building. We'll have 60 apartments. There are 40 for residential living and personal care, and 20 for memory care. So it's important to keep memory care to a small number. So that's we're very pleased to be able to do 2 programs of 10 for memory care. Sometimes we can do everything together. And then for the square footage, you can see this is quite a large building at 61,000 square feet. So you will have access to a lot of space. 3 gardens we will have, 2 dining rooms, a salon, a fitness room, private dining, a library, activity space. And so we're going to explain what memory care will entail. And some of you may also be signing up for our other programs that we're going to have for question and answers for personal care and for residential living. And you certainly are welcome to join us for those. So our memory care at Preston is called Bartram Way. Now, this we went through a big process to name this community, and we decided that because gardening is such an important feature for us and to acknowledge our Quaker roots, we chose the 18th century Quaker botanist, John Bartram. And so that he was a special gentleman who really taught us a lot about horticultural therapy, well, horticultural things anyway. And so that sets us off right at having a unique way of helping people through horticulture, as well as many other ways that we're going to talk about today, to help these people, anyone who lives here, to live as independently as possible. And especially in memory care, we're so excited to be unique in that we already know what we're doing. We have a team who are experienced in working with people with memory care, and we are well known for our warmth. We'll be using creativity to think of new ways, and one of those new ways that we have discovered is mindfulness. And 2 of our staff have taken training in mindfulness, a way to live in the present, and they will be teaching our staff this philosophy, especially with memory care. Living in the present is very important, because that present may be very different for someone who is experiencing memory issues. So they, both Hannah and Elsa, who have studied mindfulness, will be sharing it with all our staff so that we can employ these methods through everything we do in our new building. And so we're very excited about that. Barclay Friends has always been known for treating everyone with respect and dignity. That's very important. And of course, it's easy to say those things, but I think we have shown that that is possible in all that we've done in the past and are currently doing in our nursing area. So this philosophy of doing with someone is an enabling someone to feel useful and to feel an active part of a community, rather than doing something for someone, rather than doing things is difficult for someone who has some different dementia problems. And so finding things that people can do themselves is very important. And we have always been known for supporting our friends and family members. It's not just the people who are moving in here, but it's your whole family. Anyone who's involved that we feel connected to, we reach out to and include in all our planning. So for Bartram Way to feel like home, first off, we're in a residential neighborhood. That's very important to us. You look out the windows and you see trees and houses like you would in many homes here in Chester County. But also in memory care, in this Bartram Way, we're going to have freedom to explore a lot of space with safely and securely. So there will be a Wander Guard bracelets that people will wear, but also there will be a secure entrance that family members will be able to come through. But when you see it, it's done so subtly. It really is, it doesn't have a feel of being in a locked space at all. So there will be art, there will be gardening, there will be games, there will be meaningful activities, and of course, as I was saying earlier, mindfulness. We're living in the present moment and cherishing loved ones in a way that in our culture, we're not really good at that. So we will also be providing assistance with daily activities and, you know, things like even just dressing and brushing your teeth and all those things, trying to have people do as much as they can for themselves. And then as they come into the dining area, that will be a family style dining. So it will feel like someone's home. And then we have a very special music and memory program that we had received a grant to get iPods for everyone to be programmed with music that's meaningful to each individual. Because especially with people with dementia, we find there's certain times of the day that anxiety seems to take over, and hearing music that is meaningful to you will really help calm someone. And now we have a video. This is a video of our internal, you're the first people to see this. So
oh, no, so this will be the renderings, but we can definitely show the new video.
Okay. Thanks, Sean.
So this, some of you may probably have seen before, but we're gonna show a new one as well.
So the studios will be what's in memory care. So I hope you enjoyed that. And as Sean said, we'll have another video we'll show you that we just made recently. So for floor plans and costs, we know a lot of you will have questions about that. Some of you have already received our information about this. And of course, prices will be dependent on apartment size. There will be 2 different apartment sizes in Bartram Way. And then within that level of care from memory care, there will be certain services that someone might need. And so the memory care does begin at $7,452 a month, and there is a one-time community fee of $3,500. So as someone's needs increase, residents may then be able to go to our Cotter skilled nursing care. So that's what I was saying, a nice feature that we have that continuum of care. You don't have to search for a place to live if one cannot stay in memory care. And of course, one of the most important pieces is our culinary services here, with our 3 delicious meals will be provided every day and on a schedule, because in memory care especially, that schedule is very, very important. And keeping people on regular times really helps focus people. And we will have some special programs with chef's demonstration with our executive chef. And that will be exciting because preparing meals is something many people do in their normal lives. And for someone with memory care, that can be a real challenge. So you have to break the steps down into very simple steps with instructions that people can follow. And also, as we've learned in some of our sessions, that it may not be the result that you're looking for when you're working with someone with memory problems, but just the doing is what's important. We'll have a monthly happy hour, yes, because people can still have beer and wine. Some people think we're a Quaker community, we won't have these things, but we do. And then we'll have monthly themed dinners. That's always exciting to kind of emphasize the holidays, and to because certain holidays really have a meaning to people all their lives. And with people with memory problems, those holidays bring back some pleasant memories. So here is the floor plan for what we call the Darlington. We chose all street names in Westchester for the different rooms that we have. And so what you can see about our Darlington setup is that you can see the bathroom right from the bed. And that's very helpful for someone who has memory issues, is finding the bathroom. And we learned that to locate the bed so that it's within eyeshot of the bathroom works very well. For people who'd like to have a little more space here, you have room for a little table and chairs there by the kitchenette, so you can stop in and have a cup of tea. It's a natural kind of thing with the kitchen, and it has a little more space than the Darlingtons. So there are opportunities for 20 different apartments. Our timeline, this is something we've had a lot of questions about, because our construction was able to continue. We were considered essential, and it is right on schedule and is due to be completed by July 7th. That's just right around the corner now. We are awaiting approval from the Pennsylvania Department of Human Services. They must do a full check, and they actually do a very special check for memory care, because the people who are in that section are more vulnerable, and so there are a little more guidance as to what's required for memory care. And so we're estimating August. That's exciting. So what we would like to encourage you all at this point, since you have gotten this question and answer Zoom because you have expressed interest in Barclay Friends, and that's only who is on today. You are our special group, and we'd like you to join the priority list. And that is $1,000 fully refundable that will hold your space on the list. And so this is something we'll only offer at opening, and there's no obligation with that, but it's, as I say, it's fully refundable. So it just kind of gives you a step up there, and knowing, because we know that memory care, there's a big demand for that. So especially for memory care, we are encouraging people to join the priority list. And then there's a one-page form that we can send you. If you will let us know, we'll be happy to share that with you. Very easy to fill out. The next step, if you actually want to do the application process, we have begun accepting applications. I do have an application in hand, and that is about a 6-page document for a single applicant. And so that is easy to fill the demographics. That's asking things about insurance and who to contact in emergencies. And the financial application is a little more complicated. I had someone call yesterday to say, why is this asking so much? And we do that because we are a full service community. We're a continuing care, and that we offer Medicaid in our nursing area. So should an individual run out of money, we know that they don't have to find another place to live. So that is really why this application is much more involved than you might see it at other places. We want to make sure that we use actuarial charts, so we want to make sure that your funds will last till someone needs nursing care where there is Medicaid available. It's not available in personal care in Pennsylvania. So that application comes with a $150 one-time non-refundable fee, and that covers the processing and going through that financial application and doing an assessment. So you'll really have a good sense of the financial picture after we do that assessment. So that's step 2. And once we have received and know that the financial piece is okay, we move on to ask you to get the medical evaluation done by your own physician, by your loved one's own physician, primary care physician, because it asks a lot of the details of, medications, all the list of medications someone's taking. We've had people ask if a specialist can fill it out, and the specialists often don't have all that information. So that's why we start with the personal care, the PCP. And then our personal care administrator will take that information, and she will review it and see if we have all the information we need, because we need to know that we can care for your loved one or you yourself. So then this last step there is an in-person assessment by the personal care administrator, and she will talk with you. It's done really informally. It's not like you feel like you're being grilled. She does it in a real natural kind of way, just talking to you about how life is. And if your loved one can't respond to these questions themselves, then we do ask for that information from the family members as well. Okay, now I guess there's step 5. That puts all this together. We're reviewing all the assessments, and then there's decision as to whether acceptance will occur. And so we will get that decision to you within 2 business days after that last assessment by the personal care administrator. And for those who might need memory care, then there will be a special assessment, a memory assessment done. Okay, once all the admission criteria is met, an agreement is signed, and for memory care, you would sign what's called the personal care agreement in Pennsylvania, because memory care comes under that agreement, and the memory care then there's an addendum that says, I agree that I will be in a secure area. So I hope you're all ready to join the priority list, and so that's the main number to call and ask for me, because then the receptionist can find me. Some of you may have my direct line, but know that I'm often in meetings. So if you want to make sure that I can follow up with you, that's a good way to start, through the receptionist. And then we'll send you a priority list right away. And here are the people who are working. Some of you have talked with me, Faith Woodward, I'm the director, or some of you have talked with Annette Payton, who is our sales counselor, and we can all answer questions, and Sean Tomlinson, our marketing coordinator, put this all together today. So I hope you have some questions for us. So Sean, you're looking at the chat room?
No, but I'm keeping an eye on it. Let me see where my.
Yeah, it says there's 4 responses, I think.
All right, so we got one here. It says, "What is the definition of memory care?" So I'm not sure if you want to just give a feel for maybe like what that would, what kind of person is looking for that level of support. Like,
Yeah, yeah. So our definition of memory care will be someone who is not able to function with doing their activities of daily living, need cueing, to know to brush teeth, to know to eat your meals sometimes. Many people have different needs, but those are generally the things. One's not safe to live at home alone, but you don't need nursing care, which would be that there's a nurse 24 hours a day who can help you with treatments and all those things. Generally, people in memory care are fairly healthy people who have need direction and support that way. And some of it may be helping to use the restroom and taking care of products for incontinence, those kinds of things. Did that answer the question?
so thanks, Bill, for your question. Feel free to let us know if you have any follow-up to that. And asked, is there always a RN on duty in memory care?
There will be an RN, there will be a nurse. There's always an RN in the building who is accessible because we have nursing care. So that RN can help do assessments if there's something quickly needed, but there will always be an LPN in the building during the day and the evening.
Thank you. Any other questions at this point? I know I do have, I came prepared with a couple myself, but I'm hoping the people here. And we can show that video as well. Maybe now's the time to do that, and maybe that'll spur some more questions. So let me see if I can't share my screen here. All right, so share my sound. Are you able to see that?
Yes.
All right.
It's in the middle. There we go. Yeah. Welcome to Barclay Friends and our newest edition, Preston. I'm Faith Woodward, the Director of Marketing and Admissions. I hope you saw our last video of the exterior of Preston, because now I'm going to show you the wonderful interior. We're going to begin at this main entrance of what leads to Preston and our 5-star rated Cotter nursing care and rehab. Our community is all under one roof, so you can visit your friends and your family who need rehab or more care without leaving the building. Preston will be a community with 40 suites for personal care and residential living and 20 suites for those in memory care. Bartram Way for memory care will be a secure area with wide open community spaces for dining and activities. Resident suites are clustered in groups of 5 that open into the center so that programming for 10 residents will be natural. Dining for personal care and residential living will be up here on the 2nd floor, so you have access to a balcony that has a view that can't be beat. Exercise is a crucial part of staying healthy, so we have a bright spot for those who like to keep fit. The fitness center will have professional-grade equipment, especially designed for older adults, and we'll have a professional trainer who can come several days a week. Our hair salon and spa will be an important place for beauty and relaxation after a workout in the fitness center. It has a special area for manicures and pedicures and even a peaceful massage room. For those special occasions, this dining room can be reserved for a catered meal or even a night for takeout. Coming through a garden courtyard, A private entrance for residents and families brings you into a lobby where there are offices, mailboxes, an enclosed garden, and a library. Now the part we've all been waiting for, the suites themselves. Look at this open space that's emphasized by these large windows. Each suite comes with a kitchen area that has a microwave and refrigerator. The bathroom offers a lot of maneuvering space and grab bars. And in the living and sleeping area, this can be arranged in many different ways. Here's a one-bedroom suite that offers all the space that you need after decorating with your own special touches. And an activity space is right outside your door. This community space will be where programs will be offered. Movies, discussion groups, book club, cards, crafts, and flower arranging. An enclosed balcony leads to a view overlooking the courtyard garden. For an application packet and an opportunity to join our priority list that reserves the best room in the house, please ask me, Faith Woodward, at the number on your screen, or request information on our website.
All right. That was that.
So,
Let's see.
So you are the first people to see that.
And Faith, do you want to talk about that a little bit? I know we're kind of coming up on a ribbon cutting here, so you see a lot of chairs and new furniture that are still in the wrapping and all that. But how's it all coming along, and when will it all be ready?
The furniture will be arriving soon. I think that will be coming in a couple of weeks, and that is looking good, so that we will have our ribbon cutting ceremony. It was going to be a virtual ribbon cutting on July 30th, so I hope you can reserve that date and zoom in with us then. It will be from 6 to 7, and 5 to 6, I think. Is that right?
Yeah, of course we'll send out invitations and all that.
5 to 6, yeah.
We got a couple questions here. In memory care, can a husband and wife share a room?
Yes, in memory care, it is possible, though they are studios, so it's a little tight in the smallest, in the Darlington. But in an Everhart, people could share, and they can be at different levels if they want to be in that setting. We do have pricing for having a couple in any apartment, regardless of level of care.
And will people who join the Priority Club be able to meet with one another?
Oh, that's a great idea. Certainly. We could set up a Zoom show for that, too. That would be a great idea.
Yeah, I mean, that's, of course, it's an underlying problem with all of this. Of course, we're in the middle of a pandemic. And ideally, we'd be doing all this in person, and we can, take tours and all of that. So is there a timeline for when, and what does that kind of look like at this?
Sure. We will have the building in our possession after the builders are finished July 7th, and we can set up tours. Of course, we'll all be wearing masks and keeping social distance, but we will have tours that we can set up for individual people, and so that'll be great. So you can see that space firsthand.
I know firsthand, just being around the grounds once a week, that we filmed that external tour, and it's already, they have grass growing and all that. I know we kind of showed everybody a pile of dirt, but it's coming along great. So I know we can't wait to meet everybody and have them come in. Are there any more questions? There's one. Is there a meeting for worship out of Preston?
We will have meeting for worship. We hold meeting for worship now in the nursing area once a month, but certainly if individuals would like it more frequently, that can be arranged. I am one of the few Quakers who works here, and so I usually coordinate those meetings.
See if we didn't touch on anything. I have a couple questions here. How about pets?
Pets. One can bring a pet. It has to be approved, of course, by the staff, but under 30 pounds. If you wanted a boa constrictor, for instance, I don't know that we would go there, but certainly cats and dogs, we have had experience with having them, as long as there's a backup person who in an emergency can come right away and help that animal. As long as someone has a walking situation, the staff would not be walking dogs, for instance, and for picking up whatever one finds after your pets. Cats with their litter boxes, there would need to be a schedule for its family member, or if the resident can do that. Memory care, definitely it would need to have family do that.
All right. A couple here. Can we do our own laundry?
Yes. There will be laundry rooms available for family to do laundry here.
And what are the established visiting hours, if there are any?
Right. We are open 24 hours a day for visitors. It's as long as you're not disturbing anyone else. There will be family members will have an access card to be able to get into the front door, and then a code to get into memory care, and that can be 24 hours a day.
Or is it all on one floor? We might have touched on this in the
That's
presentation.
right. Memory care is all on one floor.
And you mentioned it's two groupings of 10, or?
Yeah, it's like 2 groups of 5 and 2 groups of 5, the way the rooms are laid out. It works out very nicely.
Nice. Maybe this one's not quite for memory care, but can I have overnight guests?
Yes, you can have overnight guests. It depends. If we have rooms available elsewhere, that usually works better to, we have done that in the past. If the room is large enough to have a guest over, we have coordinated that before.
Thanks to Annette she's feeding me a lot of questions here, our colleague. Do we have to use your doctors, or can we use our own?
You can use your own doctor. You would then have to go out for all your doctor's appointments, but we will have a doctor available here who can do in-house visits. So the convenience of that usually works very well for people. We also have specialists who will come in. We have a podiatrist. We have an audiologist. We have an optometrist. No, an optician, sorry, and a podiatrist. Did I say that?
Nice. Look, I feel like a lot of things we covered in the presentation. It's worth mentioning I have this Zoom recorded. I don't think I'll mass email it out to our interest list, but certainly if you want a copy of this for the future, reach out. I'm happy to send it to you.
Great.
I'll have it in a nice file. We can hang around, but that's all the questions I have in my back pocket here. If anybody has anything else, or maybe it's just a one-on-one thing, we're always someone's always here to answer your questions, whether it be by email, fwood@bf.kendall.org, or our main number is 610-696-5211. I'm hoping you have some kind of email. You can always find all that on our main site. Yeah. Oh, we got one more. When can we get to meet everyone at Preston?
That would be probably closer to right before opening, so that would probably be August. Certainly we could, if we need to do assessments before that, you would meet some of the people, the staff members certainly.
Yeah, as we said, we don't quite have, it's not set in stone yet. There are some moving parts, but we're really coming down to it, and we're very excited for everybody to come by and check it out when it's appropriate, when these crazy times stop. So I think that's it. It's probably a good stop and join us. If you're not sure, maybe this isn't the best time or the best care for you, or maybe you have any questions about our other levels of care. We're going to have personal care tomorrow at 1.
Wow.
And then residential living will be Friday at 1. We're planning on doing these again next month as well. And like I said, we're around if you need us. Just feel free to reach out. So
Great.
with that, thanks for coming out, and we'll end there.
Great to see you all. Good to see you, Anne.